If you want awesome products at great prices, check out the description. Downing Street's attempts to quell a significant labor rebellion over welfare reforms plunged into chaos Monday night. The escalating standoff between government MPs and the opposition hinges on the scale of concessions offered, with deep divisions within government departments themselves regarding the appropriate response to mounting pressure. The lack of a cohesive strategy is palpable as a knife-edge vote looms on Tuesday. Prominent figures, including Select Committee chairs Meg Hillier, Debbie Abrahams, Sarah Owen, and Helen Hayes, voiced their public doubts within the House of Commons, asserting that the concessions agreed upon last week fall drastically short of addressing the core concerns. A senior MP orchestrating the labor rebellion described a statement issued by Work and Pensions Secretary Liz Kendall as a disaster, exacerbating rather than resolving the existing anxieties. Several MPs previously supportive of an amendment proposed by Hillier indicated a shift in their voting strategy. While they may support the bill's second reading or abstain, they've made it clear they will oppose it at later stages should their concerns remain unanswered. A new reasoned amendment aimed at derailing the bill is anticipated to garner the support of approximately 35 labor rebels, with organizers suggesting further endorsements are forthcoming. Including cross-party support, the amendment currently boasts 62 backers. Rachel Maskell, a leading voice in criticizing the welfare proposals, predicted an influx of additional signatures. However, achieving the necessary 83 labor votes to overcome the government's majority remains a significant hurdle. The amendment, backed by 138 disability groups, raises profound new concerns about the reform's implications. It was falling apart in the Commons today because MPs were exposing so many holes in the government's plans, Maskell stated to The Guardian. She further highlighted the inconsistencies revealed by the upcoming Timms review, stating, "The Prime Minister talked about noises off, but what we're doing is raising the voices of disabled people. It was them he was treating with contempt." The current number of Labour MPs supporting the amendment suggests that, barring a substantial increase in support, the government may have successfully mitigated the rebellion enough to navigate the initial parliamentary hurdle. The amendment's considerable backing by disability groups underscores the ongoing protests. The escalating situation unfolded against a backdrop of more than 120 MPs initially threatening to defy the legislation by endorsing Hillier's amendment. Last week's government concessions, including safeguards for existing claimants and a commitment to a disability benefit review led by Minister Stephen Timms, in co-production with disabled people, were initially anticipated to contain the rebellion to approximately 50 MPs. However, concerns rapidly resurfaced Monday. Dozens of MPs voiced alarm that the promised Timms review appears to have a predetermined outcome, with its report scheduled for after the implementation of the new, stricter system. A party source expressed frustration, drawing parallels to the Brexit rebellions. They don't know when to take yes for an answer. Government whips frantically worked to bolster support on the Labour benches, including among those who had negotiated last week's compromises. Officials confirmed they remain open to further adjustments before Tuesday's crucial vote. The Conservatives have publicly stated their opposition to the bill. This latest wave of opposition comes as a fresh impact assessment reveals that 150,000 individuals could still be pushed into poverty despite changes designed to protect those currently receiving benefits. On Monday, a joint statement by 86 disability and human rights groups, including prominent organizations like Scope, Mind, the Trussell Trust, Sense, the Joseph Rowntree Foundation, and Oxfam, urged MPs to reject the bill. Kendall reportedly considered offering a re-examination of cases for new claimants denied benefits under the revised system from November 2026, contingent on the Timms review's findings. However, this option has been abandoned. The Timms review, a significant concession extracted by the rebels, is now a source of considerable contention, with MPs involved in the negotiations expressing dissatisfaction with its implementation. Abrahams, chair of the Work and Pensions Select Committee, characterized the review as impossibly constrained, citing this as grounds for her opposition to the bill. The review's timing has emerged as a major concern. Scheduled to report in autumn 2026, concurrent with the scheduled implementation of the PIP changes, this raises fears of a three-tier system, differentiating between new claimants assessed before and after the Timms review. Ministers reportedly assured MPs of the potential for an earlier report, but the timeline is ultimately contingent on the disability groups participating in the co-production process. Several key rebels, including Keir, initially shifted their stance following promises to exempt current disability benefit recipients from the changes and to adjust the health component of universal credit in line with inflation. However, Keir, speaking in the chamber, expressed reservations regarding the review, a central demand of the Labour rebels. Several other MPs who had signed the amendment opposing the bill also maintained their concerns, including Vicky Foxcroft, Yuan Yang, Derek Twigg, Maskell, and Cheon Wura. Marie Tidball, MP for York Central, a notable disabled MP, reiterated her inability to support the plans, stating that the absence of public consultation excludes the voices of disabled people. In the Commons, Abrahams underscored that the review cannot be genuinely co-produced if its outcome is predetermined, arguing that a true co-production should determine the new process, points, and descriptors, without preset parameters. Kendall, in response, affirmed the government's commitment to the review but emphasized that a 4-point minimum would remain for new claimants as future changes are considered. Number 10 insisted that the measures are essential for reforming the system and preventing escalating welfare costs, despite the added £3 billion expense resulting from last week's concessions. The post-concession impact assessment suggests a negligible impact on child poverty, a key concern surrounding the original proposals. However, it projects an additional 150,000 people could be pushed into relative poverty by 2030 due to the changes affecting future claimants, a significant reduction from the original estimate of 250,000. Keir Starmer's spokesperson described the poverty modeling as subject to uncertainty, noting it doesn't account for additional investment in health and social care. The spokesperson also expressed confidence in the legality of the measures affecting future claimants, acknowledging the possibility of the system operating at different levels but maintaining that the measures are lawful. The escalating situation leaves the fate of the welfare bill hanging precariously in the balance as the crucial vote approaches.